One of the biggest mistakes I see traders make is trying to trade every reversal they see. Just because price looks like it's turning, it doesn't mean it's a high probability setup. Now, I love a good reversal. Like if you guys watch me trade live, I love a good liquidity sweep bounce. Like that is my bread and butter setup. I love taking those trades. But today, I'm going to show you how I stay out of those bad trades as much as possible and how I have a good win rate. I'm going to go through my simple 3-step reversal strategy that I use to filter out those low quality trades and focus on the ones that I actually see a reason that they're going to work. So we're going to cover why you need to mark a key level and what key levels I pay attention to. We're going to talk about the volume and the candle formations that I actually look for, and then why I pay attention to the bigger trend. So this simple checklist, it has helped me stay out of a lot of bad trades and help me avoid trying to quote unquote catch a falling knife instead of just trading a good reversal. And if you guys enjoy this type of content or you like this kind of strategy, I do trade live every weekday, most weekdays here at the New York Open for free on YouTube. And I walk through my thought process in real time. So if you want to see how these concepts are actually applied to the live markets, make sure you hit subscribe and come trade with me. All right, let's dive into the charts. Real quick, I'm going to give you guys what this 3-step process is. I'm going to move my head out of the way here just for a second. So the most important thing, step 1, is this has to be at a key level. You guys don't just pay attention to the 1-minute chart and every little wick to the left. Oh, it's going to reverse here. No, mark off some key levels on your chart. So for me, the levels that I mark off are previous day low, previous day high, previous week low, previous week high, and then session, so the Asia low or the Asia high, and then the value areas. So I do the previous New York session, value area low, value area high, and then the previous week value area low, value area high. So basically, these levels that I mark off are big areas of interest. And usually there's a lot of liquidity at these levels. So if it approaches these levels and it wicks through the level, a lot of times we'll get a strong reversal or a bounce. So that is the reversal level that I mark off and pay attention to. It doesn't always reverse though. So the second thing is you have to wait for confirmation. I watch for volume and I watch how the candles look. So I'll give you an example of this, but you definitely want to watch the volume bars on the bottom of your chart. So add the basic volume indicator, and then the candle formation. Specifically, I'm looking for a wick. So let's say it's coming down into a key level and I'm looking for a potential long bounce. I want a strong wick on the bottom of that candle. And then the reverse is true. If it's coming up into a key level and I'm looking for a possible rejection short, I want a strong wick at the top of that candle. And then the candle formation, the second candle after that, or continuing candles, a strong engulfing candle in the direction that I was hoping that the trade would go. All right, so that's what I watch for, volume and candle confirmation. That's what makes me enter the trade. And then the third thing is with the greater trend. All right. Now, obviously, you can take a trade that's not with the greater trend, but you need to be more careful and aware of whether it's a scalp or whether you're looking for a bigger move. So, for example, if overall on the 1 hour or the 4-hour time frame we're in an uptrend and you're just looking for a pullback to a key liquidity zone, then the bounce is with the greater trend. You're going for a long, you're staying with the trend, so there's a greater likelihood that you're going to get a strong bounce and continuation up. There is a likely, even if you're in a downtrend and you're looking for that liquidity sweep long, you can still take that trade, but just know that you might only be able to scalp it for a couple of points compared to if you were going with the greater trend, you might get a good home run move and something on NQ, you could grab 100 plus points on a trade like that. That could be a really great trade. So pay attention to that. Just to recap, first and most important is only take these at key levels, not just any wick when you're looking to the left. Second thing is volume and candle formation. And I'll pull up the chart, an example here in just a second to show you what that looks like. and then pay attention to the greater trend, because you're obviously going to get a little bit more out of it if it's in line with where the trend is going. All right, so let's take a look at a good example. This is actually a trade that I took on Sunday night, June 26th. So June 21st, sorry, last weekend. What this was a key level. So step number one, we had a key level. This was previous week value area low. And if you look to the left, this line right here, this is our previous session Asia low. And then if you look left even more, there's lots of wicks over here. So lots of indication that this is a key level, right? We have lots of things on the chart for what I mark on key levels. It was an area that I was paying attention to. We obviously had number two, the increased volume and the candle formation. So volume down here, this is just the general volume indicator. What I'm looking for is an increase in volume. So that's just a relative term, right? All you're doing is looking to the left on your screen, the left of where the volume on the trade that you're actually looking to take. Look to the left, and relative to the left, is there an increase in volume? Is there an increase in interest at this level where buyers are potentially showing up to defend this level? Or vice versa, if you're looking for a short, is there an increase in volume showing that sellers are potentially interested in shorting from this level? All right, so increase in volume, that was step number one. Candle formation, we do have a wick here at this candle where my cursor is. There's a wick on the bottom side, and then obviously an engulfing candle right there. So that was a very obvious setup, and I did actually catch this trade. So I'm going to give you guys the pros and cons of how you can actually take this trade in real time. So on the 5-minute chart, this is obviously going to be a safer setup waiting for confirmation, because you're not going to get chopped up as much. On the 1-minute chart, it can get kind of wicky and maybe you can get faked out and take a couple of paper cuts. But the upside to the 1-minute chart is you're going to catch the move earlier. So this example right here on the 5-minute, if you waited for this 5-minute candle to close, you would have missed a large portion of the move. That 5-minute candle was 140 points. I ended up catching 260 points on this trade. So you would have missed half of the move. That's the downside to the 5-minute. But again, the upside is it's much safer. Your win rate is higher. The way I trade it is on the 1-minute. So obviously the win rate is a little bit lower. I do take some paper cuts with it, but the upside is massive. So the way I traded this on the 1-minute, if you look here, this wick right there, that was the first indication that this was an area of interest on the chart, right? It wicked off of the level. There was an increase in volume. The thing that kept me out of the trade, though, is this candle after it. It did not show continuation. There wasn't an engulfing candle continuing to the upside. So I stayed out of the trade. It continued to chop around a little bit. And then here, this was actually the Tokyo Open, the Asia Open. That is when volume came in. It wicked below that level and then aggressively bought back up. So I actually entered right at the Tokyo Open after it swept that low and showed that it was continuing to the upside. So the timing on this trade was actually great. But those are the pros and cons. I just want to be honest with you guys. With the 1-minute chart, there's definitely more risk. You could have possibly taken, 2 attempts to get into the right position. But if you watch volume and you wait for that engulfing candle follow through, that is your confirmation, all right? Even on the 1-minute chart, even if you waited for this candle to close here, that would have been a much better entry than if you waited for the 5-minute candle closure, which was all the way up here. All right. So you guys pick your poison, figure out what you want to do in terms of the 1-minute or the 5-minute, but that is what works for me. I find success with zooming into the 1 minute. Overall, people always ask me what time frame do you trade? I like to keep my charts on the 5 minute just so I don't get emotional about every up and down candle in the chart in the price action. I stay on the 5 minute in general, but when I approach a key level, when price is approaching a key level, that is when I zoom into the 1 minute chart so I can watch for this type of formation. I'm watching for a quicker, earlier entry, watching volume potentially increase, and then watching for that engulfing candle follow through at the reversal point that I'm interested in. And then for real quick, the third part of this whole step is with the greater trend. All right. So over here is where the trade actually happened. And if you look at, I'm on the 15-minute chart, but the overall trend is up. We're making higher highs, higher lows. And this right here was that liquidity sweep in a trend that was overall to the upside. That's how I had the confidence to hold that trade for longer, because we were going with the greater trend. All right, so if you guys can learn how to spot these reversals and wait and stay patient for the right trade, there's some massive upside and the risk to reward is awesome. You can have very little risk for a high reward. So this one right here was actually an 8R risk to reward. All right. So if you have any questions, comment below. I'm happy to expand on this a little bit more. And again, if you are looking to learn how I do these live, obviously I don't catch them every day, but when I'm trading, I do catch them a lot of times, and you can watch me live, hit subscribe, and come trade with me.